Hi, everyone. Good evening. My name is Tal-Or Cohen Montemayor. I'm the founder and CEO of CyberWell. As Carol introduced, CyberWell is the first ever open database of online anti-Semitism, launched in May 2022, monitoring online anti-Semitism across the major social media platforms in both English and in Arabic. The purpose of launching a first ever open database of online anti-Semitism was to act as an engine of transparency, to create a lot of daylight, a lot of data, and a lot of clarity on just how bad the state of online anti-Semitism already was before October 7th. The expressed goal of launching this database to be open to the public was to drive the enforcement and improvement of the existing community standards and digital policies across the larger social media ecosystem, and of course, to empower efforts against anti-Semitism with the data that we were collecting. So what do we have at the CyberWell platform? To date, our open source intelligence and AI monitoring system has flagged over 350,000 pieces of content across the major social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and what was once known as Twitter, that are highly likely to be anti-Semitic. We then take that content with professional analysts trained in anti-Semitism, digital policy, and linguistics, and we have reported to date over 8,000 of those pieces of content to our trusted partners. We are official trusted partners of Meta, covering Facebook, Instagram, and Threads, and also of TikTok. Trusted partner is a specific status reserved for nonprofits working directly with social media platforms, augmenting and empowering their work to remove toxic content like anti-Semitism. But how do we go from an output of only 8,000 examples of online anti-Semitism that we have reported as a trusted partner to well over 190,000 pieces of content that have been removed in the last few months alone? That's what I'm going to share with you here tonight. First of all, what's unique about CyberWell is that all of the data that we are sending to the social media platforms are couched in their very policies and rules. This means that we change the conversation from being one about anti-Semitism to being one about solving a compliance problem. All of the data that we're sharing is actually violating your policy. Here are the data sets, here are the queries, here's how you're going to actually remove that content at scale. Let me give you a short use case to kind of describe this process. So for most users reporting online anti-Semitism, you're going to get stuck here at step one. I'm a user, I'm sending a link, I'm saying, hey platform, this offends me, this is anti-Semitic, please review and remove it. Also, if you're a nonprofit, you're going to be sending link by link and talking about a specific trend, but CyberWell's goal was to get the social media platforms to move to steps 2 and 3. We want the platforms to investigate how far this trend has actually spread and what they can do to systematically remove it at scale and prevent it from coming back to the social media platforms. So let's take a look at a real use case from before October 7th. We found at CyberWell an interview with a Rabbi Finkelstein, not a real rabbi, where he was divulging the secrets of how Jews in the United States have all of their money. They are the largest meat suppliers to McDonald's. How? They take unwanted infants from hospitals, they kill them, they drink their blood for Passover, and sell the bodies of the infants to McDonald's for hamburger meat. This is an interview that CyberWell found, 14 videos alone on TikTok's platform, viewed over 1.6 million times. When we flagged this interview or this trend to TikTok, we actually did all of the legwork for them. We said, this is the audio clip, this is the account, or these are the accounts rather, these are the specific hashtags that are trending alongside this interview. This enabled TikTok to independently go in with their own engineers and identify that this trend had spread to actually 60 videos that were viewed millions of times. And because we were doing the legwork for them, essentially operating as an anti-Semitism compliance officer for their team, they actually made the decision independently to not only remove this content at scale, but to block it from ever coming back to the platform. This interview is now automatically detected and removed if ever again. Thank you. if ever again brought back to the platform. What you've done in this process is you've effectively prevented millions and millions of additional views to the same anti-Semitic content, but you've also made the platform more compliant against anti-Semitism by design. You've touched multiple teams in the process, trust and safety, content moderators, engineers, and you made the technical systematic change that made TikTok more compliant against anti-Semitism by design. This is the same process that we have been using not only since our launch, but even more so since October 7th, to get multiple trends removed, also on TikTok, also on Meta, and how we got from an 8,000 examples reported to an 190,000 pieces of content removed in the last few months. And this is how we drive our key metrics of success, driving the enforcement of the digital policies that already exist on the books, improving the policies to also account for modern forms of anti-Semitism like October 7th denial, which we'll talk about today, preventing the spread of emergent anti-Semitic trends, and of course, probably the most effective, product change. Thank you very much for your attention. I look forward to talking to you more.